welcome or welcome back, Holy Creatives. If you're new here, my name's Natalie, and I have here this channel called By Holy Collective, a place where I show you my journey on art and design and just bringing you guys along the journey. So today's video, I wanted to show kind of the behind the scenes process and my first ever solo pop-up show, which is kind of if you're familiar with the art markets or farmers market and a lot of crafts vendors. It's kind of like that, but I was able to have my first solo pop-up. So I reached out to my local museum and gallery and asked them if I could use the space to have my own pop-up where I showcase and sell my own art prints, bookmarks, stickers, and original paintings on canvas as well. So I figured I'd bring you along the journey for this day. It was a Saturday. So I got up early. Me and my husband got up early to get to the gallery and be able to set up. So you have here this typically kind of the table and the banner is what I use for my markets, and it helps keep your colors for your brand cohesive and recognizable for people to see kind of if they follow along your journey. So that's something maybe you guys consider if you are doing your own markets. And I'd love to know in the comments if you have done a pop-up or you've done vendor markets before. What was your experience like, and any tips that you might want to give to anybody else in the description below. I think this is a great place where we can share our tips and ways that we can get better as artists, creatives, designers, and build a kind of a good community for one another. So I'm just setting up here my stickers. And if you saw my previous video where I have this rose collection of prints that I made, that was kind of the main collection for this pop-up. I did a lot of Valentine's Day things, and the focus was those roses. And so what I did from that painting, those three paintings, I was able to make them into bookmarks and then individual stickers themselves, and then the art prints. What was really cool about the art prints was I was actually able to add custom details with neon paint actually on top of the ones that I was selling, which is not what you would get typically, but I wanted it to be a little bit more special for this one, and was able to do that. I also had a new sticker sheet that was Valentine's themed, and honestly, I really enjoyed it. I've been to other markets and have loved getting to see what everybody's doing and people locally around me, what they're selling as well. You see often bakers, crafters, so people who make jewelry, people who also make things like soaps and custom oil scents. So it's a fun experience, but this one was different because yes, it was a solo one. So it relied heavily on me marketing it, and also the venue, the gallery, them also marketing as well. And I had some pros and cons. The pros, I think, of this market was that I could, especially since my first one, I could gauge how well I did with it and how I sold. And for the most part, I will say that it was slow. I did have a good number of people come and purchase some of art prints. Probably my best seller is my stickers and my bookmarks. So I definitely think I'm not sure if I would do a solo pop-up again by myself, just because for me it wasn't necessarily the most profitable. But it was something good for me to learn and know. And it could just have been this particular gallery museum. It's a bit smaller and smaller town, so it could be that it maybe doesn't have enough traffic to start with. So those were, I'd say, the cons is the just not enough traffic, um, not as very many people to advertise to, maybe as well. But the pros were that I didn't have to pay a fee. Um, a con was that there was a percentage taken out of what was purchased. So even with what I was selling, there's always a little bit that the museum would collect from what I made. So that is another con. And so these are all things I share just for you guys to take kind of in consideration when you're trying to do it yourself as well. So maybe do research on what's the traffic look like? Is there a fee? Is there a percentage that they're going to be taking away? And then ultimately you're just going to learn from every experience. So I'd say for me, my probably my best is to continue the farmers market and the larger markets that I have instead of a solo. Those I typically do sell more. Now, there is usually a fee, but it is helpful in the sense that you're going to get more traffic. So you're actually being able to make back the fee that you had to pay for. So that's what's kind of nice about it. And those are some things to consider when doing pop ups or also vendor markets.